Namaste, Jai Hind, Vande Mataram. You're on the right stand. I'm Anand Narasimhan. An anti-Bharat radicalization plan in Bangladesh is taking shape, viewers. Radical groups in Bangladesh are fueling an anti-Bharat sentiment to keep the pressure intact. The Jamaat-e-Islami Bangladesh is using large Friday venues such as the Baitul Mukarram National Mosque, the Khatunganj Jame Masjid, the Shahi Eidgah for sermons against Bharat, mentioning Ayodhya, Jammu and Kashmir, NRC, CAA, and also the border incidents according to intelligence sources. As outrage grows against Dipu Chandra Das's killing, Bangladesh's interim government chief, Mohammad Yunus, was forced to respond. Bharat's protests seem to have rattled the Yunus administration. It's a belated condemnation by Yunus. In his post, he says only 12 individuals have been arrested in the case, although the pictures before and after the lynching of Dipu Chandra Das show the presence of hundreds who did not hear his pleas or heed his pleas and decided that he not only deserved to be lynched to death, but also then hung up a tree and burned. Now, Bangladesh moving towards extremism. And while speaking to me at News18's Rising Assam Conclave, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma said that post-Sheikh Hasina, Bangladesh was moving rapidly towards extremism. He added that Bharat could not remain on the same page with nations that followed such a path, making differences unavoidable. And this is what the latest input suggests, viewers. Input suggests that Mohammad Yunus and Jamaat-e-Islami are aligned in delaying elections. Manoj Kumar Gupta getting us these details. A sustained street violence has been seen as a pressure tactic to avoid polls. Intelligence assessment says Jamaat is fueling anti-Bharat sentiment to keep the streets mobilized. Large Friday congregations are being used to amplify anti-Bharat narratives. Venues are being identified that include the Baitul Mukarram National Mosque, the Khatunganj Jame Masjid and Shahi Eidgah. Sermons reportedly targeting Ayodhya, Kashmir, NRC, CAA and also the Bharat-Bangladesh border incidents. The Qawmi and Alia madrasas are not preaching armed jihad, but systematically politicizing students. Bharat-centric injustice narratives are being introduced via informal sessions and guest preachers. Digital platforms being actively used. Bangla reels, voice notes, short videos are being made to portray Bharat negatively. But more importantly, the Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma raising concerns at three levels. One, at the level of the ballot. Two, at the level of the borders for the state. And three, and most importantly, the pressure, the strategic security issues for Bharat. Listen into a short excerpt of that conversation.
Post Hasina, बांग्लादेश जो एक फंडामेंटलिज्म का और बहुत स्पीड से आगे बढ़ रहा है. जब एक देश फंडामेंटलिज्म का अगर रास्ता में जाते हैं या कट्टरवाद का रास्ते में जाते हैं, उनका साथ इंडिया कैनॉट स्टैंड इन द सेम पेज. हमारा गैप हो जाते हैं. उन्होंने नॉर्थ ईस्ट इज कनेक्टेड टू इंडिया थ्रू ए चिकन नेक. सो नॉर्थ ईस्ट इज लेजिटिमेटली बिलोंग्स टू बांग्लादेश. उन्होंने ये थोड़ा एक्सट्रीम लेवल तक चला गया. जो रास्ता में बांग्लादेश जा रहा है, मेरा लगता है कि इट विल टेक लॉन्ग टाइम टू रिकॉन्साइल विद दोज एलिमेंट्स.
Well, we'd show you many parts and then layer this special episode of the Right Stand, viewers. Let's go across to our guests and then start with this entire aspect of the shifting nature of Bangladesh politics and its narrative against Bharat can also make or drive an irreversible wedge between the two nations in the post-Sheikh Hasina period. Ambassador Rajiv Dogra with us. Lieutenant General D.P. Pandey should be joining us any moment now. Gopal Agarwal should be joining us any moment now. Kamru Chaudhary with us. And Dr. Ranganathan also with us. My namaste, Jayant, Vande Mataram to everybody. Everybody has just magically appeared on the screen at the right time, on cue. So thank you very, very much. My first question, I'll direct this to Ambassador Rajiv Dogra. And gents, this is sensitive at various levels. So there is the ballot aspect which we'll come towards at the last. But first start with Bharat and then of course what's going to happen within Assam and its borders. This chicken neck issue now stares us in the face. He's looked at the past, he's blamed the Congress's appeasement politics, Indira Gandhi's lack of political will, not just on our western side, but also on the eastern side, where she could have asked for 22 kilometers more and ensured that this neck was never going to be wrung, and a land swap in such a way that Bharat's strategic interest was secured. That did not happen. He mentioned that too. But Ambassador Rajiv Dogra, in this current situation, when Mohammad Yunus tends to make an open play like this, what does that mean? And especially that area right now that is being highlighted on our screens is seeing a huge influx of illegals. And they seem to be trying to squeeze this neck on both sides.
Well, Anand, I'm glad you started with this issue because this is not going to leave us. One can look at it in two ways. One, to say that this too shall pass. When it does not pass, then 20 years hence, someone else would be debating on your channel and saying that we wish it had been tackled differently. So it is time now to tackle it differently, because when head of a government is openly suggesting the division of a neighboring country, then we have to sit up and take notice. Second, Yunus started by trying to appeal to the wider world that he's a man of peace, he won the Nobel Prize, so he's different. But his actions betrayed him all along over the last many months. He's a fundamentalist, he's a collaborator, and he's an active participant in what is happening in the streets of Bangladesh. And as you outlined, that it is a whole of the nation approach. Otherwise, videos wouldn't have been circulating. Otherwise, the Friday mosques would not have instigated demonstrations, nor would the lynching have taken place in the manner it has done. So, what do? We have to then inform the world, as we did in 1971. We also have to put Bangladesh on notice that these are our red lines and they should not be crossed. But at the same time, we have to think hard about what to do with the chicken's neck. Because Bangladesh is not alone in this game. Right. Bangladesh has the full backing of ISI, meaning Pakistan as such, and also indirect backing of China. Who knows what might happen in case of a flare-up? So I think the earlier we show our determination in a practical, on the ground level way, the better it is for India and its security interests.
Right. Now, just before I open up this conversation further, and we'll stay on this aspect, there is another aspect that the Chief Minister, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma touched upon while he spoke at length, and bada khulke, unfiltered conversation it was. He said, he described this entire Siliguri corridor, often called the chicken's neck, as Bharat's biggest strategic concern. He said that the time for diplomacy was running out and that a permanent cure for the crisis in the neighboring country was possible only through surgery. Now, speaking on this at the Rising Assam Conclave, Himanta Biswa Sarma warned that the current situation posed serious risks, especially for Bharat's northeast. Listen in.
एक बांग्लादेश जैसा देश भी हमें धमकी देते हैं चिकन नेक को लेके। जेएनयू में जो देशद्रोही खड़ा होते हैं वो लोग भी हमकी धमकी देते हैं चिकन नेक के लिए। तो मैं तो भारत सरकार से दरखास्त करूंगा, कभी ना कभी या बल से या डिप्लोमेसी से हमें और 20-22 किलोमीटर जमीन हमें लेना है और ये चिकन नेक का क्वेश्चन से हमें नॉर्थ ईस्ट को बाहर करना है। मेरा लगता है कि बांग्लादेश ज्यादा चिकन नेक का बात बोलेगा तो चिकन नेक हम रिप्लेस कर दूंगा।
Now, replacing it is not so easy, but as he has red flagged the issue on illegals. Now, you see that corridor is a very narrow corridor, viewers, and on both sides, there is a lot of illegal settlement. One side is Bangladesh, but from the other side, the Nepal side also, there is a huge settlement of illegals who are actually encroaching into Bharat's territory and slowly trying to squeeze that neck. Now, this is what CNN News 18 had actually reported, that the Bangladesh crisis exploited for fresh Rohingya infiltration. 30,000 to 40,000 Rohingya are entering Bharat. The numbers are under scrutiny. Jammu and Kashmir projected as a symbol of Muslim persecution, emotional mobilization that is being spread beyond the Jammu and Kashmir valley itself. Porous eastern routes facilitating illegal movement and also reduced surveillance near camps and borders. So this is where the concern now amplifies itself. General Pandey?
Yeah, I think this is why I like this Chief Minister of Assam. He doesn't mince his words ever, and he's quite straightforward. While being from military, I'll not get into the political realm. But tell me, Anand and everybody on the panel, that was it not seen and talked of in softer terms 20 years back or 30 years back? Why do you think this whole Assam agitation started when it started? Do you think the security establishment in last so many 4 or 5 decades were not aware of the chicken necks problem and what is going to be happening in these areas? Do you think that subsequent governments for last about 3 to 4 decades have not seen how proliferation of or change of population along the Bangladesh border has been taking place? And a very important question which he makes is there's people who are staying here on these areas. When a conflict comes out tomorrow, will they be Bangladeshis or will they be Indian or will they be Indians? Please understand that somewhere two things enmesh. One is religion and second is country of origin. When these two enmesh, I must tell you that there should be no doubt in mind of anybody which side the flag will fly when a contest or a problem starts. And that is why very clearly Asim Munir few months back and his tutelage of politicians were talking of that next time the trouble for India will come from its east, right? And so that is what they knew something much more than possibly what used to be talking of. This appeasement politics looking other way, that tomorrow something will happen and it will resolve by its own. It doesn't happen in our subcontinent where we are squeezed for space with too much of a population, right? And if you recall, we are discussing about few days back on your channel that with 170 million people boxed in a very small territory, with all the challenges which can come about for a country with the nature of Bangladesh in terms of crime, in terms of radicalization, in terms of religion, in terms of brutality, everything, when you match it up with Rohingyas, you know there is a trouble on your borders, right? Now, what should be done? The most important part today for the government of India should be to actually dominate the borders in all states. Don't look at the states which are anti-government or they are from the opposition side or something, And if you recall, sometime back, 50 kilometers bandwidth was given to BSF. How much braha happened that the state's, power is being encroached upon by the central forces. But the bottom line is it had to be, because vote bank politics, you are pulling in people, sitting down, and you go to these states, you'll find there's a full-fledged channel. Today, I have been trying to register myself for vote ID card. It is not easy. All these people come out within 15 days. They are getting pack of various identification stuff, and they are moving to the rest part of the country. If I have to go to Jammu, Kashmir, it is not easy. Everybody there is crying that after abrogation of Article 370, everybody from India is going to come out, from outside Jammu and Kashmir is going to come out and settle down.
Right.
But Mehbooba Mufti and other governments brought Rohingyas not into Kashmir, but they
into
brought them
Jammu.
into areas of Jammu. Why so? Why not? If you really want to get them, why not get them into Kashmir only? But why settle them around into the settlements of Jammu and Kashmir?
Right.
So look at the politics which is playing with national security is something which is very, very strange, that for today to remain in power or come back in power, you are using tools which are totally anti-national.
Right.
And therefore, I think it's huge, significant challenge. And
Sir,
this
the-
phase is
the-
going to put us in a problem.
Now, if you look at it globally, sir, none of the OICs are actually harboring the Muslim refugees from Syria or from the Rakhine state. They're not. It's the non-Muslim nations which are compelled to harbor them. Yes, in neighboring Bangladesh there is pressure. Pakistan has taken some and then rejected all. And look how Pakistan is treating Afghan refugees. Look how they are torturing them, and nobody is saying anything. So this whole narrative is very, very skewed, and somewhere there seems to be a very, very different motive to all of this. But we set that aside and come back to this. I'm just going to request our team here on the wall, after Kamru Chaudhary makes his remarks, we will try and compare what that still of what Muhammad Yunus is gifting, the art of triumph, and then juxtapose that with the chicken's neck. And if we can, we'll do it here on the wall in just a bit. But Kamru Chaudhary, you know, this whole part of what's happening in Bangladesh can have huge security ramifications, sociological ramifications in the Northeast.
It's true. In fact, it has always been, whatever happens across the border, Indians are always affected, particularly those living in Assam, Tripura, Bengal, or parts of North Bengal, rather I can say that. But having said that, you know, the rhetorics that Assam Chief Minister has played out across your interview about the xenophobic, what you call this, I call it rhetorics, around the chicken neck. It's not so easy that any Tom, Dick and Harry comes and takes away chicken neck from us. We have got the Comilla, the Fani region. We can as well cut off Chittagong from the Bangladesh. So it's a very, very, what you call the dog whistling, I can say, on the part of a sitting chief minister to have said that. You must understand that this chicken neck that we are calling was a part of the erstwhile Kuch Bihar state, which merged with Indian Union in 1947. This was very much a part of Indian Union from the start, even before East Pakistan was formed. So it is beyond any debate. It should not be any debate of chicken neck at all, apart from catering to the vote bank that Himanta Biswa Sarma wants to cater to. Other than that, I feel that this entire issue that Bangladesh is facing right now has got serious repercussions on us, on Indians, on our trade, on our border relations with the countries that were always friendlier towards India. You see, most of Calcutta's business depends on Bangladesh. Now we are having a zero business with Bangladesh right now because of the turmoil across the border. But who is responsible? I will not go for any responsibility fixing as of now. But I feel as an Indian, as a Bengali Indian living in Kolkata, that our relation with Bangladesh should have been handled much better by the union government. Somewhere or the other, I feel that our foreign policy relations with the present Yunus government, impressing upon Yunus to rein in the fundamentals of Bangladesh, fundamentalists of Bangladesh, did not materialize properly.
Yeah,
what was the action?
Sorry, I'm just, please continue. But the point is, you cannot teach a wolf to behave like a cow, sir. Yeah, he's holding, look at this picture we've cut here. Look at this picture. He is gifting the Art of Triumph article with the greater Bangladesh, which has parts of Assam, parts of Tripura, parts of Meghalaya, parts of Bengal, and parts of Nepal as part of a greater Bangladesh. This greater Bangladesh is a radical Islamist Razakarish narrative that he is endorsing while he is presenting it to the Pakis. That's what he is doing, Kamru Chaudhary. How do you talk logic or reason to? He's not even an elected guy. He's not even a Bangladeshi citizen anymore. Please understand, he's not even a Bangladeshi citizen. He's got two passports, a US and a French passport. He's not even a Bangladeshi national.
I understand. Anand, one thing you must understand, radicals, if Yunus is, he's handing out a map to the Pakistani general out here, which defies any logic. Same way, there are morons within India who have been circulating Akhand Bharat, including even up to Afghanistan, even up to Myanmar. So you need to speak logic across
Are
both
you
the sides of the
comparing?
border.
Are you comparing the interim advisor of Bangladesh, who's sitting there in power, positioned by the West, propped up by the West, who can take policy decisions and who's engaging on issues of economy, national security, and also domestic politics, with certain groups and organizations in Bharat? What comparisons are you making, Kamru Chaudhary? Please, I credit you with more intelligence on this, sir.
No, Anand,
He's one of the richest men in the world. He has appropriated the entire microcredit narrative, acquired, used the people, Grameen people, the rural people, and the people's money and the state's money to create assets worth $3-4 billion across the world with large shareholdings. This person has no credibility. Yes, how can Bharat engage with someone like this person? He's not even an elected member. He can't even fight an election, come here as an elected member. So what logic is this, is where I'm going to pause. Just quickly, Gopal Krishna Agarwal, let's look at that, look at what he has said. Opens up a huge possibility for Bangladesh. Yunus provoked Bharat on the northeast. This is what Yunus said. Why did he say this? Then, what else did he say? Seven Sisters, a landlocked region is what he called them. He has the gumption to say this. Gopal Krishna Agarwal. Seven Sisters have no way to reach the ocean is what he says.
I think what Himanta Biswa Sarma said in your interview with you, that is very important. And these are important points that we should all consider. That if we talk softly to the people who at present are not conducive to national interest, we are going to see in future what we missed in 1971. That was an important point narrative that he gave. That in 1971, there was a clear-cut chance then to get the thing sorted out. Neither it was done in the West Pakistan or not was done in the Bangladesh side of Eastern Pakistan. The same thing, the which Mr. Chaudhary was talking about, the same softness, we should deal with them. These are not the way. If you create narratives of this kind, these create weakness in the country. We have to understand that our strategic interests are very important. We have to first identify them and then create narrative around it. Then only political or diplomatic solutions can come. If we ourselves equate this kind of narratives which Mr. Chaudhary is doing, that itself means that they don't have any response, or they have no look towards what national interest is. First, Mr. Chaudhary, you should analyze what Mr. Himanta Biswa Sarma was saying. 40% of population of Assam is of Bangladesh origin. Why do you forget that? Then there are international countries which are not conducive to Indian interests. And even in our domestical situations also, like in JNU, there are people who are talking about chicken neck. What they have told, I will not repeat here. But the issue is very clear that the pressure point of chicken neck is creating a weakness in our position. We should strongly stand
what are we doing about that? I'm just getting up mid conversation, Gopal Krishna Agarwal ji, because look at what he's shown here. Now this whole map, if we were to understand this, if we were to see this and map it with the current geographical position, look at that. They're saying they want to stretch this further. You know, so take out this portion of this region of North Bengal, merge this and stretch themselves here, and further extend themselves here in Assam and also portions of Meghalaya and Tripura. So this is the entire Greater Bangladesh narrative, that they want to lock this entire portion. They want to lock this portion, cut this off, and this is a larger gameplay. One, the Pakistanis want revenge for 1971. Two, the Chinese want this region under their control. And three, Bharat gets pushed out of this entire region. and it gets blocked away from Bhutan too. So that's the reason why this neck exercise needed to be done. Now, had this neck exercise been done over the last 75 years, sir, we would have had a different situation. So when is Bharat going to wake up to this is the question that he is asking, Gopal Krishna Agarwal ji.
Yeah,
Dr.
and it
Ranganathan,
is
coming to you.
important
Thank you
that
for your patience. Yeah.
when we had the chance to correct it, if that is not taken, again we may get chance, and then the same people who are like Mr. Chaudhary coming out with narratives. Even we have seen that the opposition party, so many people are not conducive to India's national interest. What they want to do, we also have to analyze this in light of that the red corridor which other countries have been talking about, green corridor from which will pass through Uttar Pradesh and Bihar and other to the northeast area. So these all important issues, they have to be diplomatically and in the national interest have to be seen, analyzed factually, the current situation, what is happening in Bangladesh, annihilation of Hindus, the way he is proceeding, the way he is working, and in our own country, people are talking about these things. What is the basis? How you just
I'm
talk
just
about
saying,
these things?
Jay Gopalji, I'm just saying how much patience. Can we have the demographics around the chicken's neck? How it's changed? Now, it's not a 1 decade, 2 decade. This is a century-long project, viewers. We have to understand this. Dr. Ranganathan, as we speak, as I come across to you, can we just look at the population demographic? 1951, it was 55% Muslims, 45% Hindus in that region. 2011, it's 66-33. This is unnatural, and it can happen only through deliberate displacement and migration. Look at the numbers, 37% Muslims in that Chicken's Neck region in some of the districts, and we're going district by district, and 62% Hindus in one of the regions around the Chicken's Neck. It's come down to 48%. They've brought it down by 12%. This is systematic. Dr. Ranganathan.
Good evening, Anand, and good evening to my fellow panelists. Look, it was Dr. Ambedkar who said that the true allegiance of a Muslim lies not in the country which is his domicile, but to the faith that he belongs to. And it is very unfortunate that, right on this panel, we are being forced to listen to the cushioning of the ideas and the plans of Islamists and jihadis. It's very unfortunate because one need not go down that barrel because there is no way back then. So when a panelist says that, it is the BJP that is talking about the chicken's neck and the problem and you guys are talking, well, we are only talking about it because a jihadi wanted to cut it off, Sharjeel Imam. So, please criticize where the criticism is valid. We are talking about it because we are alarmed that a fellow Indian, or we thought he was a fellow Indian, would like to cut an area of India off just because he believes that that area is now Muslim majority. And was he alone? These are legitimate questions that Gopalaji and BJP and Himanta Biswa Sarma are asking. And I don't know why people are alarmed, because two instances out here. Number one, in Islamic country after Islamic country where you have Muslim majority, it takes but a click of a finger for a so-called secular state to turn into a Sharia state. We've seen it every single time. We've seen it in Iran. We've seen it in Pakistan when suddenly General Zia brought in the Hudud ordinances and there was no way back. We are seeing it in Bangladesh. We've seen it in Syria, and we will surely see it in Turkey as well. There is a one-way street, and from there is no return. People may want India to go down that way. People may want some regions of India to go down that way, but they will go down that way because India refuses to learn its lesson. India refuses to learn its lesson from the Kashmir Valley. Now Chicken's Neck will be another Kashmir Valley. And I say this, how long will we say that it is the fault of the Congress? Of course it was. Appeasement was changed from welfare to warfare to warfare. But right now, did you know, I really praise Himanta Biswa as General Pandey did. But the fact is, he is waging a losing battle. The fact of the matter is, out of 260 kilometers of Assam's border with Bangladesh, as much as 60 is still unfenced. For the last 11 years, who is in power? Is it Congress? 460 kilometers thereabouts of India-Bangladesh border is still unfenced. Now, when Kiran Rijiju says on the floor of the assembly or Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha that there are 20 million illegal Bangladeshis in India, I said it 10 years ago.
Yeah.
How many have been deported? When 5 years ago, Amit Shah says we have identified 4 million illegal Bangladeshis. I want to ask him, how many have been deported? The fact remains that when we, the people who want India to prosper and not be divided again, are not doing anything about it, why blame Islamists and their supporters in India? Why?
Well, it's not even just the Islamists and their supporters. It's happening by a preconceived design, and that's where the problem is. Kamru Chaudhary wants to respond, and then we'll just take this forward and come back to all our guests. Yes, Kamru Chaudhary.
No, basically the topic of debate is not around the chicken's neck, as I'm made to believe. It is absolutely an internal security issue of India that is being made to believe out here to the audience, and it's happening because of the perceived demographic changes happening around these areas. Now, my question to you is, and the panelists out here, after a lot of exercise in Assam, we conducted the National Register of Citizens exercise, out of which 19 lakh people failed to get into the NRC list. In Bengal, after so much of publicity, we undertook the SIR exercise. Not a single Bangladeshi or a Rohingyas were detected out here. Now, do you think those people who have remained within India after 1947 are not genuine citizens, or they don't belong to that area genuinely? Or do you believe that Assam, Bangladesh, Assam, Bangladesh, West Bengal were once a part of division?
No, one minute. Come,
Bengal division.
Now,
what happened today? Anand, let me add a news point out here. News point out here. You know the xenophobic rhetoric of the Assam Chief Minister. You know what has happened today in Assam, Karbi Anglong district? Biharis who have been living out there for decades and decades, they have been chased out of their homes. Their shops have been looted. They are burnt because of the simple xenophobic rhetoric of the Assam Chief Minister that will not allow outsiders to settle.
No, he didn't say, he has not said outsiders to settle. He has, there is a difference between
illegal,
there is a difference between an illegal citizen, illegal member on Bharat, and an outsider from a, no, please don't, he has very clearly, one minute, Kamru Chaudhary ji. Here's the thing, sir. Here is the thing, sir. Here is the thing, sir. Please yield. Please yield. No. Please yield. Please yield. I don't want to shout over you, Kamru Chaudhary. Please yield. What I'm trying to say is, sir, you brought the SIR in just because somebody is part of the voter rolls does not mean that that person has not got the voter, is a genuine citizen of the country. And just because somebody is not in the voter rolls does not mean that that person is not illegally residing in the country. There are illegals who may, sir, there are people in Bharat. Now, please let me complete. There are people in Bharat who have the relevant papers for them to survive in this country, not necessarily that they will participate in the voting pattern. They may continue to reside in this country and not vote. So that is illegals. The other thing is, sir, let's not look away and say that there is no problem of illegals in our country, and especially in Assam, West Bengal and the bordering countries. That problem is staring with us 5,000 kilometers to 3,000 kilometers away from the border, even on the back door, even at my back door here in Noida. So there have been the drives and there have been illegals and bastis have been emptied. So there is a reality. But there is another aspect, dimension to this, and let's bring that forward. This is what Himanta Biswa Sarma said, and one of our panelists alluded to it. He flagged the demographic concerns and also where will the allegiance lie. He claimed that nearly 40% of Assam's population currently has Bangladeshi origin compared to just 10 to 15% at the time of independence. He described the situation as living on a powder keg. Listen to what he had to say, then we'll take it forward.